Sometimes the smallest moments carry the biggest meaning. A quiet hello, a gentle smile, a simple act that no one expects, but changes everything. This is one of those stories. A story about kindness that spoke louder than words. A story about a shy intern, a forgotten visitor, and a moment that proved compassion can open doors no resume ever could. Before we begin, take a moment to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. You are watching Story of Pure Kindness, where simple acts of goodness remind us of what truly matters. Now let me tell you this story. Emily Carter was the kind of person people often overlooked. She was 22 years old, fresh out of college, and only 3 weeks into her internship at a large corporate headquarters in Seattle. She wore simple clothes, kept her hair neatly tied back, and spoke so softly that people sometimes leaned in just to hear her. Emily wasn't shy because she lacked confidence. She was shy because she listened more than she spoke. Every morning, she arrived early. She organized files, prepared meeting rooms, and greeted visitors at the front desk when the receptionist stepped away. She never complained. She was grateful just to be there. That Tuesday morning felt like any other. The lobby was calm. Sunlight filtered through tall glass windows. Employees walked past with coffee cups and busy expressions, barely noticing the young intern at the desk. Around 10 a.m., the front doors opened slowly, and an older man stepped inside. He looked lost. He was in his late 50s, wearing a neatly pressed blue jacket and holding a folded piece of paper in his hand. He glanced around the lobby, then down at the paper, then back up again. His face showed confusion mixed with quiet patience. Emily noticed immediately. She stood up and smiled. "Good morning," she said gently. The man looked at her but didn't respond. At first, Emily thought he might not have heard her. She repeated herself a little louder. Still no response. Then she noticed something important. The man pointed to his ear and shook his head slightly. Then he gestured toward the paper in his hand. Emily's heart skipped. He was deaf. For a brief second, panic flickered through her mind. No one had trained her for this. The receptionist wasn't there. The lobby was full of people rushing past, but no one stopped. Then Emily remembered something. Her younger brother, Lucas, was deaf. Growing up, Emily had learned sign language at home. It was second nature to her. She hadn't used it much outside her family, but the knowledge was there, waiting. She took a breath, smiled warmly, and raised her hands. In clear, gentle sign language, she signed, "Hello. How can I help you?" The man's eyes widened. His entire face lit up. He signed back quickly, his movements full of relief. He explained that he had an appointment with someone in the building, but he wasn't sure where to go. He had tried asking others, but they either spoke loudly, spoke slowly, or simply walked away. Emily listened carefully, nodding as he signed. She responded with patience and kindness, asking clarifying questions, guiding him step by step. She wrote down directions, then signed them again to make sure he understood. She even walked around the desk and pointed toward the elevators, explaining which floor he needed. The man smiled deeply and signed, "Thank you. You are very kind." Emily felt her cheeks warm. She signed back, "You're welcome. I'm happy to help." What Emily didn't know was that someone else had witnessed the entire interaction. Standing a few steps behind her was Robert Hastings, the CEO of the company. He had entered the building quietly, as he often did, preferring to observe rather than announce himself. He had planned to walk straight to the elevator. But when he saw the older man looking confused, he slowed his pace. Then he saw Emily signing. Robert stopped completely. He watched as the shy intern gave her full attention to the visitor. He noticed how her face softened, how she made sure the man felt seen, understood, and respected. There was no hesitation, no performance, just genuine kindness. Robert felt something tighten in his chest. His younger sister had been deaf. She had passed away years ago, but he remembered the frustration she used to feel in public places. The way people avoided eye contact. The way they acted like communication was a burden. Watching Emily brought those memories flooding back. By the time the visitor left, smiling and confident, Robert was still standing there. Emily turned around, and nearly froze when she saw him. "Oh sir, I'm sorry," she said quickly. "I didn't see you there." Robert smiled kindly. "No need to apologize," he said. "I was just watching." Emily felt nervous. Had she done something wrong? Had she stepped out of her role? You handled that beautifully, Robert said. Her eyes widened. Thank you, she replied softly. He nodded and walked toward the elevator, leaving Emily standing there, unsure of what had just happened. The rest of the day passed quietly. Emily returned to her tasks, though her heart kept replaying the moment. She told herself not to overthink it. The next morning, Emily received an email asking her to come to the executive conference room. Her hands shook slightly as she read it. Inside the room, several senior managers were seated. Robert stood at the front. Emily, he said, smiling, please come in. She did. I want to share something with everyone, Robert began. Yesterday, I witnessed an act of kindness that reminded me what leadership truly looks like. He looked at Emily. This young intern didn't just help a visitor. She made him feel respected, included, human. The room was silent. Robert continued. Skills can be taught, systems can be learned, but empathy, that comes from the heart. Then he made an announcement that left Emily stunned. He offered her a full-time position in community relations, working to make the company more accessible and inclusive. He explained that they needed someone who understood people, not just policies. Emily felt tears in her eyes. I was just doing what felt right, she said quietly. Robert nodded. That's exactly why this matters. Weeks later, Emily started her new role. She helped implement sign language training sessions. She worked with accessibility teams. And every morning, she still greeted visitors with the same gentle smile. All because she chose kindness when no one asked her to. This story reminds us of something powerful. You never know who is watching. You never know whose life you might change. And you never know how far one small act of kindness can reach. Let this be your reminder today. Choose kindness. Speak with your heart. And never underestimate the impact of doing the right thing, especially when no one expects it. Because kindness, in any language, is always understood.